It is time for a new year reset. I personally love this time of year because not only is it Christmas, which is the best holiday season in my opinion, but it is also the season of separation, whereby people like you and I spend this time working, building, and growing in order for us to elevate our lives to hit the ground running come January 1st. Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Carys, and this is where we talk about how to elevate your life, unlock your full potential, and become the highest and best version of yourself. I love a new year. This is my favorite time of year and I am ready to get into this, okay? If you are ready to do your New Year's reset and move to the next level, ready for next year, then just keep on watching. A couple of things before we dive in. I have a vlog channel that I will leave linked in the description below, Life with Carys, where you will be able to see the behind the scenes of me doing things like this. So if you want to see the things that I actually get up to in my life and putting all of this into practice, then make sure you check out the vlog channel link below. Also in the description will be a link to my audio podcast, Highest and Best, as well as other things like my Instagram, TikTok, and all that good stuff. All right, New Year reset, let's do this. First things first is we are going to self-analyze. I know if you are an OG on this channel, I talk about this all the time. Being self-aware, self-analyzing, questioning the things you're doing, the things you're saying, the thoughts you're having, all of that, okay? But it is crucial to be able to analyze your current self so that you can make the adjustments you need to move forward. So the first thing that we are going to do is a 7-day time audit. For one full typical week in your schedule, you are going to be documenting everything that you are doing for every 30 minutes, every single day. It is time consuming. However, it will allow you to visually be able to see where your time is being spent. It can be a little bit scary sometimes to see the time that is actually being wasted. However, it is extremely important to do this as soon as possible before the new year. But no matter when you are watching this, 7 days of a typical schedule, get it done. If you want the free template of the time audit that I use, it is linked in my highest and best group that is in the description below, so you can get a copy of it there. The next thing you are going to do is analyze your current routines. Now, if you watch any of my content before, you know I love and preach about having routines in your life. Morning routine, nighttime routine, those are your shifts that need to get done throughout the day. Look over this last year about the things that you have been doing in your routines. What has served you well in your routines? What hasn't? What have been things that you've done but you just aren't really sure if you want to keep them? Analyze and question these specific tasks that you're doing and figure out what you want to bring again into the new year. For example, a few months ago, I was doing my reading in the morning and my Bible study at night. However, I noticed that I was tired and not focused when I was doing my Bible study, and God doesn't want our leftovers. He wants our peak energy. He wants our best. So I ended up putting my Bible study into the morning. However, I started doing that in my morning routine for a while, but what I noticed is that I wasn't getting my workday started until about 10 o'clock. And so what I've now shifted is doing my Bible study in the morning because I want to give God my best, and then doing my reading in the evening, but just making sure I habit stack it onto something else to making sure I actually do it. Analyze your routines, figure out what is best for you, what is going to serve you the most, and bring that into the new year. Next, I want you to analyze what limiting beliefs that you have been having. What are things that held you back over this last year? What are things that came up? Fear of rejection, certain insecurities. What is it that stopped you from living at your full potential in this last year? Write it down. Figure out how you're going to get past that. I do have a full video talking about getting rid of limiting beliefs, so I will also leave that linked in the description below. But this is crucial. You want to be living at your optimized max potential, and to do that, you need to get rid of all limiting beliefs that are holding you back. The next part in the self-analysis, if you are noticing that your mind is foggy, you're finding it really difficult to get clarity in your brain, then I want you to spend a few days and journal. Journaling is a great exercise in order to get clarity on certain things, in order to be able to get your thoughts out and analyze them. Anything that is going on in your head, just get it onto paper so that you can begin to question it, dig into it, and get some clarity on that specific thing. The next thing I want you to do, which is something that I started implementing recently, is asking loved ones for their honest feedback. It is great to have the outside view of someone you trust to give you some feedback and some constructive criticism that is from a bird's eye view and from an external perspective than our own. The last thing I want you to do in the self-analysis is to do a check on your screen time. Your phone is a tool, not a toy. And oftentimes, especially this time of year, our screen time goes way up. It is quite actually alarming. However, this is something that needs to be fixed in order to move into the new year. Chapter number 2, we are going to be resetting distractions. While we are on the topic of our phones, we are going to be organizing our home screen. Now, when you have to go on your phone, especially someone like me who has to go on their phone for work a lot, having an organized home screen is important because you do not want to have easy access to your social media. You do not want to have a cluttered home screen to the point that it makes your mind kind of go a blur. And also you should have in the front page of your home screen things that will help you, things that will develop you, not the social media. Turn all social media notifications off. They should not be on. And then all your social media should be in a separate folder, not on the home screen on your phone. The next thing you're going to do is go onto your social media and do a binge unfollow. Your social media should be something that inspires you. And most people's feeds depress them and drain them and make them go into a mode of comparison. So binge, go through all your followings, get rid of the people who make you have negative thoughts, get rid of the people who are not in your corner that make you feel some type of way, and unfollow them. So we've cleaned out our phone. The next distraction, we're going to clean our environment. The space that you are living in, especially if you are like me and you work from home, it's very difficult not to get distracted by the things that are going on inside your house. Clean it up, declutter. I'm talking your kitchen cupboards. I'm talking your office. I'm talking your living room. I'm talking your bathroom. Anything in your house. Now, this could be done by yourself, or if you find that you are extremely busy and you want to outsource it to somebody else, do so. The other thing you're going to be clearing out is your closet. Get rid of those clothes that you have not worn this entire year. If you can go through 12 months, go through every season of the year and not pick up that certain piece of clothing to wear it, it has to go. Go, donate it, give it to a friend, get it out. At this time of year, I am clearing out pantry, fridge, all the things in the house. I am redoing my office. I am clearing out my bathroom, and I'm clearing out my closet as well. Not only am I doing it because I want to freshen and spruce and update certain things, but I'm also doing it because I am trying to live more of a toxin-free life, which means I'm getting rid of a lot of the plasticware. I'm getting rid of a lot of household products, skincare products to move into more of the toxin-free things. And if you want to see any of that, I am documenting it on my vlog channel so you can see it there. But this is the time. Declutter. Spruce things up. It's not necessarily spending a bunch of money on things, but it's cleaning. You could do some rearranging and take care of what you actually have. The last thing we're going to include inside of the resetting distractions is doing a dopamine detox. Now, some people may not need to do this. Personally, I will be. So you have good dopamine and you have bad dopamine. Good dopamine, for me, listening to worship music. I will dance around the house with my dog and be on cloud 9. Bad dopamine, scrolling on social media. You need to be able to detox yourself from the bad dopamine. So spend some time intentionally this time of year and get away from the dopamine. Limit yourself. Cut off the dopamine. Cut off the social media. Limit the TV. Anything that is a screen, an iPad, all of that, get rid of it. And then the other thing I want you to do is write out your dopamine menu. So this is your good dopamine. So like I said, worship music, for me, love. Hanging out with my husband. Go for a walk with my dog. These are things that fill my cup. Have them on your phone so that whenever you're not feeling right, whenever you need to elevate into more of a positive mood, look at your dopamine menu and start to do some of those things. Get out in nature, go and get some fresh air. Bad dopamine, get rid of it. Good dopamine, focus on it. Chapter 3, we are going to be optimizing our life. So this is where I want you to deep dive into your habits. Now, habits are one of the most essential ways that you can optimize your life. It's being able to do things so well, so often, so that your body becomes natural to doing it. We want to build our good habits and break our bad habits. So this is where we're going to be looking into the things that you uncovered in chapter number 1. Any sort of things that served you this year that you can then build on and bring into the new year, and then also anything that's been holding you back that you have been doing that hasn't been serving you. We need to figure out how you're going to break them. Now, for some people with breaking bad habits, they can go cold turkey. It's really dependent on you, whether you're better to just cut it off or whether you need to have more of a gradual change. With building good habits, however, that is really important to make it a gradual change. Start implementing one thing in, do it for a little while, implement another one, do it for a little while. When it's this time of year in going into the new year, you could have a couple of things, your New Year's resolutions. But what I will say is that the all or nothing approach will typically sabotage you. So when you are building up the things that you want to do, the person you want to become, the habits you want to form, you need to make sure that you're not going too all in. 10 different things you're going to be doing that's new and then falling off after a month. The next thing you're going to do is look at your 7-day time audit, and you are going to figure out what you can outsource, automate, or delegate. Outsourcing is you having a third party do something instead of you having to do it so you can get your time back. Delegating is having someone who is like on your team. So this could be maybe in your family, it could be someone on your work team, having someone else to do it, but they are someone who you are in the close proximity with. The third option is automation. So that's looking at things like AI, different systems, automations that you are able to have things done automatically for you. The next thing I want you to do is think about through your days and figure out if there's any decisions that you can streamline. Now, I do this for multiple things throughout my day. Number 1, I have set outfits that I wear to the gym. So I know certain outfits that I wear specifically for leg day, for upper body day, and days that I'm just doing cardio. Specifically matched together, top, leggings, and shoes. I don't need to think about it. Whatever day it is, I have that specific outfit already planned. Same thing when it comes to meals. When I am cooking, I have set meals that I know that me and my husband like to eat. We don't mind that we eat a lot of the same stuff. It's a streamlined decision. It's not having to cook something fresh and new every single time. A tip that I have for you that I use to streamline decisions is actually when it comes to outfit planning. Something I have in my Photos app on my phone, I have specific folders that are for outfits. So when I wear a specific outfit, I will take a picture of it and I'll put it into a specific folder. And so when it comes to the morning and I'm unsure of what to wear, instead of wasting time to figure out, I go into the Photos app on my phone and I can look and see certain ideas, and then I have something right away that's already in my closet. Some of these things may seem a little bit extra for you. However, if you're like me and you want to always maximize your time because it is the most precious asset that you have, then try it. Try one, try all of them, come up with some new ones. Try asking ChatGPT of ways that you can optimize your life to get your time back. Streamline decision making. The next thing I want you to do going into the new year is to have something that affirms your vision to see it in the morning. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. It varies on what you feel like would work best for you. For me personally, I do it in a few different steps. For one, vision board, something that you can have up that you see every single day that has all of your goals on it there in picture format. I'm making mine next week with the girls. If you want to watch us making all of them, how we do it, I'm going to be teaching that side of it on my vlog channel. You can go and watch it over there. For some people, they like to have written affirmations, talking about their goals, speaking life into them. Print it out and put it somewhere where you read it to yourself in the morning. Something else that I do is I have a note on my phone that I read every morning that talks about how my life now is living things that I used to pray for. It talks about my goals. It talks about my vision, the things I want to achieve. I read that on the last portion of my walk in the morning, and it gets me in the right mindset. It affirms my vision. It could be sticky notes on your mirror. It could be making a video to yourself and watching it every morning, hyping yourself up, getting ready for the day. Have at least one thing that keeps your vision in the forefront of your mind every single day. As well as my big vision board, I also will always have my mini vision board on my lock screen on my phone. So every time I'm using my phone, I see that on there. Another option is that if you are someone who really enjoys to journal, that is your thing. That is what you're doing to write things down on every single morning. Figure out what way that you want to affirm your vision and do it every single morning. Add that in as a habit into your morning routine. The last thing we are going to be doing to bring optimization into our life is batch, batch, batch. I will batch as much things in my life as possible. I will batch my content. I will batch certain work tasks. I will batch my meals. I will batch my cleaning. I batch my errands. If you have no idea what I'm talking about when I'm saying batching, it's basically where you will block a certain amount of time out and you are just focusing on doing multiple things of that one task. For example, I have specific time that I do content, and when I do content, I'm doing content. I'm doing YouTube videos. I'm doing videos for certain businesses. I'm doing videos for TikTok, things for Instagram. I am batching all of that content into one specific afternoon, one specific day. When it comes to doing my errands, I am not the girly who goes out any chance she gets to go out and run errands. I will push it off as much as possible until I have multiple places to go to, and then I will go and run the errands. Batching your food. One great thing to do also if you're someone who wants to do like meal prepping is prep and batch your ingredients rather than your meals. That way, when it comes to creating your meals, you have containers all filled already with specific ingredients. You can have a little bit of variety in things, but they're already done. They're easy. They're ready to go. Batch as much as possible in your life. Chapter number 4 is all about goal planning. Now, this is something that I've talked about so much on my YouTube channel. I do have a full video on goal planning. Once again, shocker, it will be linked in the description below. That video breaks down how to set goals. So I'm not going to go too deep in this specific video because I know it's already going to be long. But to summarize, we are going to set long-term goals. We're then going to break them down all the way from months to weeks to days, and then we go into our habits. There are 12 sections, I believe, that encompass most people's lives: health, fitness, mindset, self-development, sleep, family, relationships, friendships, travel, spirituality, career, and finances. Those 12 categories roughly cover most sections in your life. Write those sections down and begin to craft out what each of those have in terms of goals for you. Same thing. Go the span of a longer term. Break it down by, okay, what do you want to achieve in the first 6 months? Then break it down even more. Q1, first month. Okay, what habits do I need to be doing in order to achieve this goal? Because there are two different things. There is your goals and there is your actions. So you should be goal planning, but you also should be action setting. What actions do I need to take in order to achieve these goals? Two different things, but you need to focus on both. Habit stacking, habit stacking, habit stacking. The habits that you get out of your goal planning, if you can habit stack it, do it. Habit stacking. You want to implement a new habit, you stack it onto a habit that you already have. For example, for me, when I first started learning Spanish, I wanted to make sure that I was doing it every single day. And so I started stacking learning Spanish on top of when I would brush my teeth. And so I started by habit now when I'm brushing my teeth, and then I get it done. But I remember to do it because I stacked it on something that I already have a habit of doing. Next thing in this section, make sure your environment supports your goals. If you are someone who wants to be exercising more, you want to lose specific weight, first of all, make sure you're specific. How much weight do you want to lose? By when? That's your goal. Okay, your action step. Okay, you want to be going to the gym 4 days a week. Okay, break this down. When are you going to the gym? Morning, afternoon, evening. Okay, how can I ensure my environment supports me achieving this goal? I can get my clothes ready to wake up to in the morning. I can ensure my water is ready. My pre-workout snack is ready to go so that as soon as I wake up, I have no option but to go to the gym. Ensure everything in your environment supports these goals that you want to achieve to remove any friction or you having the ability to create an excuse to not do it. The last thing I want you to do here is I want you to do an activity. I want you to write a letter to yourself as if it was December of next year. So December 2025 is going to be next year for when I'm shooting this. Whenever you're watching this, the year later. Write it as if it is the end of next year and you've achieved all the goals that you set. Write it with passion. Write it with feeling that you've achieved all of these goals that you've set for yourself. Be detailed. Talk about all of those 12 different sections, the things that you have in there for your goals. And I want you to fold it up, seal it, and put it away somewhere. Okay, chapter number 5 is find the joy. You know what? It is great and advantageous to be pushing, grinding, working hard to get to the next level in your life. However, you have to love the in-between. You have to prioritize happiness, joy, and peace in the journey. So the first thing we're going to do is think about how we can romanticize the mundane. What are things that you can do throughout your day to set the mood, to set the vibe, to find some sort of passion-filled joy inside of the things that you're doing on a daily basis? When you're cooking dinner, light some candles, play some nice, relaxing jazz music, pour yourself a glass of wine or pour yourself a mocktail or something in a wine glass. Like, if you want to really just enjoy yourself, you want to be able to get into the mood, romanticize the things that you're doing on a daily basis. Appreciate your day by day. Get in a mindset of gratitude. Always, as much as you can, always think about things that you're thankful for, and you will walk, talk, and move differently. Something I want you to do is write down your wins that you have had this year. It's easy to look at the things that you may not have hit, goals that you didn't achieve, things that went wrong, limiting beliefs that you have that held you back. Okay. It is what it is. What are things that you did right? What are things that you did achieve? What position are you in today compared to last year? See the good. Search for the good and write down what the wins are so you can celebrate them. You may not have hit every single goal that you had set for yourself this year, but I bet you that there are things that you have achieved that you can be proud of yourself for. Another thing I want you to do is I want you to think about what hobby you want to take up in the next year. For me, I decided I want to learn boxing. I've done it before here and there, but I want to properly learn how to box. So I've asked my husband to get me some boxing gloves and some mitts so that he can teach me how to box. For one, it's good exercise. 2, it's good self-defense, I would say. And 3, it's fun. There may be something that you feel like you've been wanting to do for a while, but you just haven't made time for it. It could be a hobby like that. It could be painting. It could be learning a new language. It could be playing a musical instrument. What is something that you are going to do, a little passion project, a little hobby, something fun that you do in your spare time, but is also bettering yourself? So I want you to decide something that you are going to do for yourself, and then I want you to figure out those next steps in order to take action and make it a reality. Do your research, buy your guitar or your whatever. Decide and make your next steps. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go onto our music app, whether it's Apple Music, Spotify, and we are going to create a happy playlist. This is something that I've had for years now, and I love it. Honestly, it's a blend. There's some Christian music, there's some country music, there's some classical music. It's all certain songs that I listen to, and it automatically brings me into a higher state of a mood. Create your happy playlist. Build it out so that when you are ever feeling some type of way, you need some energy, you need something to elevate you, you know you can go to that playlist, turn it on, and it will help you switch into a positive. The next thing we're going to do for finding our joy is to overdress. Now, there are times and places There's a time and a place for your sweatsuit, for your loungewear, for your leggings. However, what I want you to do is to put more of an effort into the things that you are wearing. I'm a big believer that typically if you look good, you put yourself together, you will feel good. You will walk, talk, and move differently. It's going to make you feel like you are the daughter or son of a king, because you are. So you need to dress the part. This is something that I really started focusing on this year, because as someone who works a lot from home, it was just easier to put on some lounge pants or some sweatpants. But I realized that I would work differently, move differently when I dressed myself up, even if it was just going and sitting at my office desk to work. If you would get dressed up and make yourself look presentable for other people, you should definitely be doing it for yourself. The last thing that I have for you to be focusing on in order to find the joy. Now, I have a whole separate video on this, so I will leave it linked in the description below. But detachment is basically removing the expectation from certain situations or outcomes. It's detaching emotion away from certain things. It's not being cold. It's not being rude. It's being able to have freedom away from anything that you expect is going to happen, worrying about what's going to happen. It's being able to emotionally detach, and you are not constantly flustered by whatever life is throwing at you. It's being stoic. It's being cool, calm, and collected no matter what curveballs life throws your way. I've put this in the section of finding joy because I truly believe that when you're able to emotionally detach from people, from outcomes, from situations, you will live a more joyful life. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. After everything that I have just thrown at you in this, I want you to make sure that you actually take action. It's great and all that you are watching this video, and if you've made it to the end of this video, then that's even better. However, all of the knowledge is nothing without you actually implementing it. So take action on the things that I told you to. Use the links in the description below to get more tools and resources and other videos that will help support your journey. Go check out my vlog channel if you want to see me doing all of these things in practice, and comment what's your one takeaway from this video. I would love to hear what it is, and I look forward to chatting to you in the comments. All right, thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.